The waiting time to get your green card through the EB-3 Unskilled visa has changed in this year 2023, and if you are doing your EB-3 Unskilled process or thinking about starting, this video is for you. Let's start with the phase 0. Your sponsor starts this phase called Prevailing wage, in which the US Department of Labor determines the fair wage your sponsor has to pay to their foreign employees. This phase is only done when your sponsor has never hired anyone through the EB-3 process before. If you are starting your process with an agency, or if you are doing your EB-3 on your own and your sponsor already have experience with EB-3, then the good news is that you will have no go through this phase, which is taking around 1 year to be approved. Phase number 1. Your sponsor submits this document called ETA-9089 or Labor Certificate to the US Department of Labor, seeking permission to hire a foreign for this job. This is the phase you will start if you are doing your process through an agency, and it's currently taking about 8 months. But if you have an OD, then this phase will take about 1 year. Phase number 2. Your sponsor sent the document called I-140 to the USCIS to be eligible to a permanent employee visa. This phase currently takes about 5 months, but there is a premium process where you will pay $2,500 and your I-140 will be processed in only 15 business days. But if your labor certificate was recently approved, this premium process is not necessary, and I will explain you why in the next phase. It may happen that the USCIS asks for more evidence to your sponsor, so this phase could take up to 8 months in case of audit. Now we go to the last phase, but first, if this video is helping you, then hit the button below, subscribe to my channel and activate the notification, because I will be posting more videos about the EB-3 visa, and leave me a comment below if you have any question, because I will be answering one by one. Phase number 3. Your lawyer or agency applies to you and your family's visa to the National Visa Center in the US to allow you to enter to the US as a permanent resident through the DS-260 document. This phase before the pandemic was taking only 4 months, and after the 4 months, you would receive your appointment at the embassy in your country of residence. And if everything was correct on this appointment, you will get your permission to enter to the US as a permanent resident. That means your green card. But this changed drastically, and this is where the biggest problem is, because the pandemic, many embassies closed and began to accumulate many EB-3 cases just here in this last phase. So they decided to start giving appointments at the embassy only for cases with priority day before June 2020. But Kevin, what is the priority day means? This date is very important, and it is simple the date when your lawyer or agency submit your ETA-9089 or labor certificate. Everything was fine up to here, taking into consideration the pandemic and the accumulated EB-3 cases, but this changed again in the month of January 2023, when the visa bulletin informed that there is a backlog on the cases they are reviewing, and then changing the date from June 2020 to January 2020, which reflects the overload of work that the US immigration has and the lack of officers to speed up this process. So if you are reaching this phase of your process right now, unfortunately I have to say that there is many people waiting for this phase to finish for more than 1 year. But this doesn't mean that this will be last forever. This visa bulletin is a document that is published monthly and is updating every time. Currently, the American immigration knows about this, and it is working hard to fix this situation of the phase 3, since the United States is what it is thanks to the American companies, and these are putting pressure to the government for lack of workers and delays in the immigration process. So I believe in the coming months we will see the status of the visa bulletin as a current. If you are starting your EB-3 process now, or you are thinking about starting, or if you are in the first phase, you should not worry about this, because it's something that only affects people who are in the last phase, and when you get to the end of your process, you will not have to stuck on this last phase. We have to keep in mind that the EB-3 Unskilled process has been running for over 30 years, and there has always been backlogs of of cases, and they always has been solving this very quick. So don't be discouraged if you are starting your process now, because now is the best time to start your EB-3 process. As a Chinese proverb says, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, and the second best time is now. And if you haven't yet seen my video about what the EB-3 visa is about, then click here right now.